It's that time of year, guys. It is almost the new year, but before we get into 2023, let's take a look at what's going on at Secret Beach. The first area we're going to look at is the Palm Gardens area of Grand Belizean Estates. Right behind me, you actually see one of the first homes that was developed in the area, which I built about 5 years ago. You can see it on our YouTube channel. It was an awesome investment, which I made from an equity appreciation standpoint and a cash flow standpoint. And from there, you see a lot of homes that are a similar style to this. Now, the one to my right is an exception. This is a more modern aesthetic. You see the slant shed roof. This home is about 800 square feet, and they build it up on stilts because in the rainy season, you have bedrock right at the surface level. And with that not being more of a dirt material, with it being white malt or literally bedrock, water can hold on the upper level. So typically you'll see these homes on stilts. And this is the first stop we have, a completed home in the Palm Gardens area. But right now you see to my right, pilings going in over there. You have dozens of homes being built over here. Let's keep moving and exploring more homes. So we're still in the Palm Gardens area, and in this area there's approximately 25 homes that are already completed, are in the process of being completed. You have a small, simple one-bedroom home being built right over here. Behind me you have a standard prefab home, and over here is an interesting design and layout that we have not seen a lot of before. That is starting to happen more, like the first house we looked at with the slant shed roof. It's approximately 600 square feet. Stick built on site out of wood, and you have a little bodega on the bottom, the same elevation, and then behind it you have a concrete floor, concrete foundation home that is about 1,200 square feet. So this area is really emerging as a top area for development, but love to see stuff like this coming in here. More modern aesthetic. You have your little side-by-side, you have your paddle board, you have your storage for all your fishing rods, all your gear. Then the second floor you have your living space. So we're gonna try to get into this for the next Secret Beach development update. But let's keep moving through here and get over to West Caye, Habitat, and all the areas you guys wanna see, because there is a lot of development going on in there. Now we're in the Habitat West Caye acreage area that's just south of Grand Belizean Estates. And when you get in here, what you'll notice is all the road infrastructure being established. So we just drove in, there's a new grid being established in here so people can access their lots. And you can see some beautiful lots, great foliage around. But the key factor here is that we can now drive right in here. And that's maybe the biggest update of this whole video. But let's keep pushing through, because there's about 10 houses under development in this area, and we want to show you guys those houses. So what we're witnessing now in West Caye is the evolution of the house in Secret Beach. It was more of a standard cottage or cabin aesthetic. Now what we're seeing more often than not is this shed roof. And when we get more modern houses like the ones in Habitat built in the area, you're going to see consistent growth and evolution in the quality of the homes. But this is a unique example of something you can do, having 3 small units that you can rent, possibly live in one, and then you have your pool in the middle built into your deck. So above ground pool, this is a fiberglass pool. If you opt for a fiberglass pool, then Captain Sharks sells them, or if you're going to build concrete, you would build that right on site. So interesting aesthetic. Moving over, you can hear the construction. Again, guys, this is the path of progress out here. Let's go check this out. So you guys can see, again, just within this one block here, you have this beautiful home on my left being built. This is on the main road, so it is mixed use. They could do a bar, they could do something commercial with this, or it could just be a home. But main road, this home's going up. Looks like right now they're working on the cistern and putting in the doors and windows. So good to see some more progress here, and let's keep moving deeper into West Caye, because it's getting out of control, guys. There's so many houses here. moving further into West Caye. This is where you're gonna see a lot of homes under construction right now. Most of the area where people are investing in new development is in the West Caye area, habitat area. Right here we have a home that's elevated approximately 12 feet. It is a Belizean hardwood home being stick built on site. So it is the holiday season right now, guys. New Year's is coming up. We just had Christmas, so a lot of the guys are off for the holidays. You're not gonna see a bunch of construction crews out here. We're still in the West Caye area. We have 2 more stick-built 1-bedrooms, but I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, what does all of this cost, Will? We really need to know if we're gonna invest in a lot, if we're gonna build out there. So let me get you guys the breakdown. We're gonna sit down in the office quickly before we finish the development update and get you all the costs. So what are the prices? This is a question that we get a lot, and it's not the easiest thing to give you an exact price, because when we do have our clients build, we quote these things out with local builders directly, but I'm gonna give you approximations and tell you about what's included. So starting with what's included, you have a screened in deck, hardwood floors, hardwood cathedral ceiling, kitchen cabinets, kitchen faucet, countertop, sink, bathroom, vanity, shower stall, a 10,000 liter water storage system that's hooked up and running, solar system with 9 panels, 4 lithium ion batteries, and a 6 kilowatt solar inverter, and the 3-chamber concrete septic system. Starting on the lower end, if you just want an entry point casita, you can accomplish this goal for approximately 60,000 US. That would be a 224 square foot with an 84 square foot deck. Casita is basically like your little studio room. So if you really just want to get a basic place on your lot, have a little garden around, maybe build a little pool, this is a great option. Option 2, for a 300 square foot home house with a 90 square foot deck, it's approximately 67,000. Moving on to option 3, you have a 360 square foot home with a 144 square foot deck, looking at approximately 80,000. Option 4, 600 square foot home with a 160 square foot deck, approximately 106,000. Up to option 5, which is a 680 square foot home with a 120 square foot deck. That's approximately 117,000. And option 6 is the same thing, only with a front and back deck, and that's 124,000. We'll put all that up for you guys. Now let's talk about habitat. Before we dive into the utility costs, I want to tell you a little more about this new product, very high end, high quality finishings. And what does that look like? Well, we have a price range for you guys here, and I'm going to list out a few of the habitat homes, and then we can also put up this graphic we have with the cost estimates. But starting with Casita W, it's an 810 square foot, beautiful, sleek, modern 2-bedroom home. The starting point for that, depending on your finishings, is about 208,000, and the high end of that is about 318,000. So that's going to depend on if your interior partition walls are made out of sheetrock or if they're made out of concrete. You know, is the whole structure concrete? What are you finishing with? You know, what are your countertops? All these little details. Casita E is a 1,238 square foot home that is 296,500 on the low end to 400,000 on the high end. And there's a bunch of these houses, guys, so I'm just gonna put the price sheet up and you guys can kind of go in and do your own research. It is gonna be slightly more expensive to do a more modern, sleek concrete build as opposed to the Belizean hardwood homes that we talked about in the first portion of this. But without me droning on too much, we also have information here on septic, solar packages, hydro packages, so how all of that stuff looks. And if you guys want me to do a video on that, throw it in the comment section, or if you want, my email is here. Shoot me an email and we can email you out all the packages with all the costs for that stuff, guys. But with that being said, let's get back to Secret Beach. So now you know about prices, but we're back here in the West Caye area. And again, this is only a few thousand feet from the coastline. What about your lot? Where do you find your lot? What are the best lots to get? What are the key factors you should look for? Well, let me get the map out and make a few lot recommendations for you guys so you can get a better idea of what's currently available. This is one of the things that really excites me about the development in the Secret Beach area. Every time we come here, we see another home being completed. This time we're here seeing like 15 new homes completed. Right now, we're only a few thousand feet away from the beautiful coastline of Secret Beach. But if you guys are wondering, how can I accomplish this goal? How can I have a beautiful home in paradise? Well, let's take a walk over to the beach and let's sit down and let's look at the lot availability map and make some recommendations, show you guys what you should look for when you're buying a lot, and get you fully up to speed on how to make this dream a reality.